Now you may think what I'm about to say is a little bit controversial, but it's my last day in Mexico for the time being, so I'm going to say it anyway. But before I do, my YouTube analytics tell me that only 50% of my viewers are subscribed. So if you like this content, please stone cold stunner that subscribe button, and rest assured I'll love you long time if you do. Now, in my opinion, the drip network is having to deal with three types of undesirable investors right now. So I'm going to list them 1 to 3 in the order of 1 being the least annoying and 3 being the most annoying. So number 1, you've got the bad actor. And that term gets thrown around quite a lot. I've used it before. But when I say bad actor, I'm talking about people that buy up drip specifically to damage the project. So it could be a rival dev or someone who's got a big stake in another DeFi project who need to drive liquidity to their rug pull or whatever they're doing. So they're buying up drip and they're dumping it at opportune moments. For example, like what happened on the launch of DDD, where over 250,000 drip just got dumped immediately and caused mass fear. And it did actually work. A lot of people kind of bought into it and fell for it. So that's what I mean by bad actor. So they're number 1, they're always going to exist, unfortunately. That's just the way things are. But number 2 is the paper hand. Again, a term that gets thrown around quite a lot. But the paper hand is normally not a big bag holder. These are people selling at low prices at a huge loss for Cheetos money, for peanuts money, because maybe they fell for the tricks of the bad actor and they're just selling out of fear. They're kind of like NPCs, and you could liken them to mosquitoes, where they're just buzzing around, being annoying, and just adding to that sell pressure each day, just with $2, $4, $5, things like that. And number 3, the most problematic, is the parasite. And the parasite is normally a multi-wallet holder. They've got loads of max wallets. Fair play to them, maybe they got in super early, and they've just got max wallets coming out of their ears. But the problem is that they're selling every day no matter what the price is, but they're not putting anything back into the ecosystem. They're kind of like a big self-sustaining parasite who just takes a little nibble off their tail and continues. And because of the amount of wallets they've got, they can continue doing what they're doing. And unfortunately, they're not going away either. So these are the types of problems that the drip network is having to deal with right now. And dealing with them during times of low liquidity and low fresh capital income enhances the effect that these sort of undesirable investors have on the system. So what can be done about this sort of thing? Well, obviously, we need more liquidity. We need more fresh capital coming in. And we need people to keep on creating utility. And something huge, in my opinion, has just happened for drip. And I'll get onto that in a moment. I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal for the system. But I'm conducting myself in the best way possible. I've come too far in drip to just abandon this project. I think the community is second to none. I think the project is second to none. We are facing some tough times right now. No one is happy with the price. It's under 2 cents, and it's certainly not the price that anyone wanted to see right now. But we are in a bear market. All of the top 100 cryptos are also suffering with liquidity now. Obviously, they don't have the burden of paying 1% per day. The prices are down, which reflects low liquidity. Bitcoin stagnated, XRP, even utility coins like XRP have stagnated, and it is a tough time for crypto in general. A lot of people are suffering. Drip does pay 1% per day, which is great, but it does have that burden of having to keep on paying that 1% yield. So having fresh capital is super important, having liquidity is super important. And at the moment, the community is a little bit divided. There are many people sitting around in Telegram groups moaning and whining about the price, moaning and whining about pretty much everything, and any development that comes out, they're sort of shooting it down and saying it will never work or whatever. But they're still hanging around in the drip Telegram groups. They cannot let it go. It's living rent-free in a lot of people's heads right now. And then you have the people on the other side who are supporting all of the community initiatives, supporting all of the community projects. And some of them are developing new utilities for drip, which is what's needed right now in order to give people somewhere to put their drip. There's a lot of circulating drip right now, and I'm sure there will be some buybacks from the community at some point. But right now, things aren't looking great in terms of the price. There's not many buyers coming in, and there's a lot of parasitic sales going on every single day, as we discussed. But there are people making some amazing moves within this community. And that brings me on to a big part of this video where I want to discuss something enormous that's happened for Drip. A project has just launched, it's just gone live today, which in my opinion solves so many problems for Drip. And if it takes off like I think it deserves to, it could be an absolutely enormous thing for this community. And the name of that project is Drip Potluck. Now Danny D and Crypto Lucky over at the Alakazam show have developed this, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. This is not a sponsored video. I know Danny, he's a very stand-up guy in my opinion, and no one's reached out to me and asked me to do this. I have watched the information on it. I have spoken to people that have now used it just this morning, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. And if you don't know what it is, let me just give you my rundown of it as best as I can. Now, there was a live stream the other night on it. I was in the beautiful town of Coyoacan in Mexico City with friends. I was watching it and the huge storm came in, as it often does at this time of year, and wiped out the Wi-Fi. So I watched it when I got in later that night. And the beauty of it is that it's called Drip Potluck, but it's actually utilizing BNB and helps Drip on the back end. It's a peer-to-peer structured game. Now you can have 2 players, 4 players, 10 players, 1,000 players. So all of these can be set up on the website. I'm going to leave the link to the website in the description so you can go and check it out for yourself. And let's use an example. You can use any amount of BNB from, I think it's 0.001 and all the way up to, I think, well, as many as you want to use. But let's use 1 BNB as a general example because it's easy for the maths. So let's say, for example, there was a 2-player game, me versus you, and we both had 1 BNB each. So we both put 1 BNB into the pot and the prize pot becomes 2 BNB. Now the winner of that game will receive 1.85 BNB. Now you might be asking, why 1.85 and why not 2 BNB? Well, this is where things get super interesting and super bullish for Drip. So once the game is completed, 10% of that game goes straight in to buy Drip with fresh capital, with fresh BNB, and takes it off of the native DEX. So that's fresh capital. That doesn't matter whether the prize pot is worth $10, $1,000 or $10,000. This is where things get super interesting. It utilizes fresh capital to take Drip off of the DEX. So that's 10%, and there's 5% remaining. 1.5% goes in to buy Drip again and then sends it to a burn wallet. So that's 1.5% of the pot is burnt Drip, gone forever, which is a problem that really needs to be solved right now. And then 1.5% goes to buy BNB, puts it in the reservoir and never gets withdrawn. So that keeps on compounding. So don't forget, this is 1.5 of whatever the total pot is. Could be 1 BNB, could be 1,000 BNB. So this is super, super bullish for Drip. It is dealing with problems that we have. We need to stack the reservoir, we need to stack the vault, and we need to burn. And this covers all 3 of those. And the beauty of it is you don't have to be involved in Drip in order to use it. You can be from any other project. If you just want to earn BNB, you can come in and play the game. Now, it just helps Drip on the back end. This is what makes it so marketable amongst communities outside of Drip. Now, I think I've given a decent rundown of it there, and obviously Danny, if you're watching, let me know if I've missed anything there or if I've given any information that's not correct. If I have, I will send you a couple of 100 Drips straight away for the tax vault just to say sorry, but I'm pretty certain I've got that right. So a large portion of the community can really see the benefit in this game. And there are naysayers, obviously, who sit around like negative Nancy's in these Telegram groups saying, oh, well, this won't work or that won't work, whilst at the same time still praying that someone comes along and makes something that does work, that will pump their bags for them so they can get back to being Drip Maxes again. But I'm certainly going to be marketing this game, and I'm looking forward to doing some live streams myself once I'm back in London, where we can play live online. I believe the Crypto Collective will be doing something similar as well on our Friday night stream. That's going to be interesting actually, because it's been super easy for me to be on that stream whilst living in Mexico, because it kind of works out about 8:30 p.m. my time. But when I'm back in the UK, I think it's going to be more like 4 a.m. So Millionz at the moment is making it hard for me to get the kind of sleep that I really need. So we'll see if I can be on the stream every single week once I'm back in the UK. But I'm looking forward to getting back this afternoon and playing a couple of rounds of drip Potluck just to try it out, just to get a feel for it, and hopefully win myself some BNB. So I'd love to know, have you guys played drip Potluck? If you have, please leave it in the comments, let me know what you think of it, and I can't wait to play it live on my channel with some of you guys once I'm back in the UK and set up. So personally, I'm surrounding myself with problem solvers, with solution finders, and I'm keeping out of any negative talk right now, because drip obviously is not at the price levels anyone wants to see right now, but there is so much going on, there's so much utility coming. Obviously there's also things like the hacker game, scratchies, drip 21, drip Potluck's just dropped today, and many more utilities coming. So this is a crazy time in the market. I've only used risk capital, so risk money is patient money, as I've said before. So I'm in no rush to go anywhere. I will keep on conducting myself the best way I possibly can. For example, I've just won drip drop draw again for the 3rd time. It's getting too easy right now. I mean, before DDD came out, there were these Muppets everywhere saying, when DDD, when DDD, and half of them aren't even playing. So it is super easy for me to win. The prizes aren't massive. I'm taking from my max wallet, gifting those tickets to my second wallet, which is around 10,000 drip at the moment, and just playing and building up that wallet. And obviously I'm adding to the tax vault as well, and I'm doing my weekly buy into the reservoir. So I feel as though I'm conducting myself the best way possible and trying to bring some positivity to the drip community with these videos, because I think there's a lot to offer. We're in some crazy tough times right now, but the community is strong, the community is building, and I'm blessed to be a part of it. And thank you to everyone that's helped me grow my channel, especially since I've been here in Mexico. I'm well over 1,000 subscribers now. I think I've got like 3,000 hours watch time or something like that. So that's absolutely awesome. I'm so blessed that so many of you seem to be enjoying the content. And again, please subscribe if you haven't already. So whatever you guys are doing today, whatever you're working on, stay bullish, stay hydrated, play drip Potluck, and I will see you all in the next video.